Was I muted that whole time?
Yeah,
You were.
Oh,
Yeah,
you were.
you were muted.
That's hilarious.
I didn't know how to tell you.
I was
bro.
tripping. I was like,
Dan messaged me, but I didn't see it, so it's fine.
yeah, you were. Yeah. You were
Guys,
going off though. I'll just let you go. I was just like,
well,
maybe he knew.
it's all goes too late now. So, guys, welcome back to another episode of Collector's Mingle. Let me just do my intro again. We got some fun show with an awesome panel here tonight. We're going to talk about Moff Gideon, Jango Fett. We're going to talk about, what was the other one on the list? Snowspeeder Luke, Gandalf for $500. Really a good time, right? It's going to be fun. Because that Gandalf is something that we've talked about quite a bit. And for 500, we're going to see what everyone wants to, what the thoughts are on it. And then we'll do some philosophy like we always do. But before we do that, before we address the chat and all that good stuff, I can't believe I muted myself. That's crazy. I muted all you guys and I muted myself accidentally. Wow. That's what happens when I'm gone for like 3 days. Carlos, how you doing, man?
Doing great. I sold a good chunk of my collection, so I'm doing even better.
Dude, now you got a pan collection in the background. I see a
now I
toaster
do.
too.
It's getting better. I
Is
bought
it?
a new piece. Yeah.
Are you
Went
collecting
shopping.
like a, like kitchenware now?
I am. Yeah. New pots and pans. How to,
diecast.
upgrade it.
Die
Diecast,
cast
exactly. Non-stick diecast. That's what I had to do.
Yeah, gotcha. Dude, well, if anything, you transitioned to a higher level of collecting, so,
Depends how you see it, but yeah, I guess so.
I'm talking about the kitchenware. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, man. So. Optical, how you doing tonight, man? It's been a while since I've had you on the stream. We've done the game streams, but not the main streams.
I know, man. I mean, just like Carlos, I'm just here, breaking hearts, and getting NRDs and all that stuff. So,
yeah, Carlos doesn't know the meaning of NRD, so that's fine.
It's more like a guideline.
Yeah, it's like you're like a pirate dude, like Pirates of the Caribbean. They're guidelines.
More guideline.
Yeah. But Optical, good to have you here, man. Especially considering we're talking about Gandalf, and you and I have talked about that quite a bit, so it's gonna be fun. Leo, dude, been a while since I've seen you, man. I know it's felt like forever. So because I missed Collectors, Lights Camera Collect 2 weeks in a row because of a 501st event is Kylo Ren. Then I had a wedding to go to. So yeah, man. But I'm happy to be back. And Leo, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Pretty good. Just getting myself prepped and ready for this trip. So it's gonna be crazy.
Oh, the Star Wars celebration.
Dude,
Where you staying?
At first I was gonna actually stay at the I keep forgetting the name. It's Castle something. It's right like 10 minutes away from Disney, but it was just too expensive. So I'm right down the road, a bit cheaper at the I think it's the Delta Marriott, something like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm actually there. It's a bit cheaper. So I don't mind it. I definitely don't mind it. I mind the transportation from LAX to Anaheim. That's going to be crazy.
That's hard, bro. That's hard.
Yeah. See, everyone hates LAX. That was one of my things. Like one of my hangups. Like,
the thing is, I had to go. It was cheaper. I mean, and cheap traveling there from where especially from Philly, it was a bit cheaper. So I just have to take that Uber ride on the chin. So.
Because there's an airport, John Wayne, which is really close to Anaheim, but the flights are more expensive, and there's never traffic like LAX. But LAX is definitely the cheapest.
If you catch it at the right time, the Uber ride might not be that bad.
Yeah, it depends because, like I said, we get there like around 6 in.the morning, so we'll see. We'll see how.
Dan, you're in LA?
Nah, but I used to go there like pretty often.
Okay.
I'm up here in Northern California.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Where it's even more expensive.
Where it's even more.
It's funny.
expensive,
I took my first Uber this week. I had never taken one before, and it was pretty interesting. Like it was pretty painless. I was always a little bit nervous about it. I was like, I don't want to get into a stranger's car like that.
What are they going to do?
I've seen too many Netflix documentaries.
Yeah.
So, but it was good. They were all really nice. We had 2 different Uber drivers, and they were great. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, pretty interesting. But I'm excited for you, Leo. It's gonna be fun for celebration, man. You'll see Riley, and I think Carlos will be there for one day.
On Saturday.
Yeah, he'll be there Saturday. I'll see Mario at Disney on Wednesday, I believe. Yeah, so we'll hang out with him on Wednesday. We got up there. We're getting in there Tuesday because I just want to get there and get settled for a few days. I don't like the rush and do everything. I just want to get there, get settled and relax. So that's why I decided to go out Tuesday. So it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're going to be there. I'm sorry, you said all days you're going to be there then?
Yeah. So I ride Tuesday. I leave Monday. So
that's
I'll
sick,
be there.
dude.
I got the 4-day pass. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of just get there, relax a little bit, taking sights, see sir everything, and just kind of just chill out for a little bit. And
You're gonna go to the beach?
Yeah, well, we were gonna try to. We're trying to figure out what's the closest to where we're at. I mean, I think they said it was Huntington, but I don't think Huntington is actually closer. I think there's another one closer.
Yeah, so Huntington is a really shitty beach. So you probably want to go to like.
No, it is. It is.
Is it really? It's really that bad?
It is.
Yeah, it's bad. You probably want to go to like Newport, where it's not that bad. It's pretty clean. Yeah, Huntington's it's a dump, bro. You don't want to go to Venice unless you want to get stabbed by a homeless person. And then Huntington is pretty gross.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah,
California sounds great.
I stayed. Well, see, the thing is, I got family in Venice, so I stayed in Venice. But I only stayed in like the art district. You know what I mean? So it's pretty decent there. Yeah. And then when we went to the beach, it was just more so Santa Monica. We were up there for a little bit.
But you haven't been back since the pandemic?
Nah, I haven't been back since then. I haven't been back to Cali since like 2017, bro. So it's been a minute.
Oh, okay. So because of Cali's rules, they can't kick out any homeless people. So the whole strip of Venice is just a bunch of encampments at this point. So it's getting pretty bad. Like a bunch of businesses are getting broken into and stuff like that. So I would say don't go to Venice if you're gonna go. Just go to Newport.
Yeah. I'm definitely not doing that.
Yeah. Well, sounds exciting overall. Dan, how you doing, man? It's been a while since I've had you on, and I hope California's being good to you because sounds like some areas are not that great.
Oh man, it's even worse up here. Don't come to Ocean Beach.
Really?
No, Ocean Beach is cool. But no, I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me on. It's been a minute. I really haven't been on too many streams lately. I've been like super busy, but my schedule's cleared up quite a bit now. So I'm free to do more streams and, whoever will have me. But thanks for having me on. Always a good time.
Of course, man. I saw you on the stream. I think it was on Brother Cousins, and I missed having you on here. I was like, oh shit, Dan, I gotta get him back on. Cheating ass Dan. I gotta get him on.
Dan, that's what it is.
All right, let's adjust the chat real quick, and then we'll get to the topics. Tukathri, what's up, gentlemen? Tukathri, how you doing tonight, man? Lane Kramer in the house. Bob Dylan. Renz Talentino, the artist himself. I'm still working on. I don't know about you, Leigh. I'm still working on framing my art prints. I got the frames, and I got a size of thing that can work, and I got a mat. I just got to put it all together. Or
I haven't had time to do shit. Like, bro, I've just been busy with pretty much everything, and I put them back in the box. I do still have the contain, but I want to get frames for it. I'm just gonna wait till I get back though.
Yeah, that's probably smart. Yeah, because I'm gonna take mine to Michael's or something.
Michael.
But Ash Chase, what's up, Ash? How you doing, man? Maniac collects. Good evening, collectors. Tyria, hello. Ant-Man, salutations, William. I love Jango Fett. He's such a beautiful piece. Hey, we shall get into it. And Dan has that, so we can maybe take a look at it. Riley said, I'm working, but I want to let everyone know Optical sucks at Call of Duty. It's past his bedtime. Optical, I think Riley's he's speaking nonsense. What do you think?
He's being bold now. I mean,
call his mom, bro. Call his mom.
Call his mom. That's what I need to do. All right, so let's see. Lane said, I think Hot Toys did a good job with all 3 releases. None is perfect. Yeah. They all look pretty good, and we'll get into all those lanes for sure. Dinesh said, hey, everyone. Let's see here. Ash Chase in the house. Cobra's Collection. Filthy Yoda. Mike Fiella. Dinesh in the house. Funky Cold Santa, as always. Bob Dylan said muted intro. I know, bro. I muted myself. Bruce Thompson said, let's knock out some figure talk and Foxy statues. Indeed. Let's see here. Let's see. Ant-Man said, Will, where in the world is that channel membership? I know. I'm working on it, dude. I'm working on it. I promise. That's it. I thought it was my phone. I know. You thought your phone was muted, but it was actually just me that was muted. Andrew James said, it's been a while. You're still the man. Thanks so much, Andrew. Appreciate it, man. You're the man. MB Dyson, what's up? DT Art Man. Let's see here. And I think that's mostly everyone. Oh, besides Mario. Mario says, stay away from Huntington. Mario is agreeing with the panel here.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Carlos is making this trip sound amazing. Yeah, he is. He is, bro. Collector Joey, what's up, Collector Joey? Homes are Tuscan Raiders. Yeah, I guess you could. Pablo Meza, hi guys, how you doing, Pablo? Carlos said, boats and hoes.
Why is Carlos super chatting? He's here.
I don't know, bro.
This is the problem. You super chat and you don't do NRDs.
This is what he does. This is what he does. That's a weird grudge list, but thanks so much, Carlos. Appreciate it, man. Seriously. You're awesome. So, Ibu, great panel. Thanks so much, Ibu. Appreciate you. Thank you. Eric Henke said yes. Let's see. What's up, Christian Lopez? What's up, Christian Lopez? Is that no? I thought Christian knew him. I don't know if Christian. You have to let me know because I feel like I've seen you before in here. Good for health. Careful, Riley. Optical's been collecting since before you were twinkle in your mom's eye. Yeah, exactly. That's very true.
When he was just a sperm.
Exactly. He was just a swimmer at that point. A storm is coming. Hey, yo, what's up, people? Uncommon Flex. All right, guys. Let's not make the people wait too long. Let's go ahead and jump into our first figure. We're going to talk about Hot Toys Moff Gideon because this is a figure that I personally know I have been super excited for. And I know Lael has been. So I want to start with you on first with this one on Lael. Moff Gideon, dude, I know, like I said, we've talked about this a bunch of times. It was on our most anticipated list because I love Giancarlo Esposito as an actor. I just think he's incredible. Yeah. I really wish Moff Gideon had more time in the show. I think he's obviously alive, so I think he could make a return somehow. But,
I think he's going to be in season 3.
I hope so, bro. I hope it has a significant role because I think they almost maybe underutilized him. I think like he had a lot more of what he could do. And, you know, I just think Giancarlo is an amazing actor. So what do you think, Leia? How did this figure come out for you?
I love it, man. Like, I mean, the thing is like I said, when you get it in hand, I know there was a lot of pushback about the head sculpt. I mean, like there always is. I mean, you can't really expect there not to be pushback on the head sculpt. There's always going to be a conversation about it. I think it, you know, it embodies him. You know, in my opinion, can't wait to have him. I have him here tomorrow, so I'm excited about that. Yeah, man. Again, one of those figures that I didn't really think would come so soon, to be quite honest. But they did it, and I'm excited about it. I think the tailoring, you know, the head sculpt itself. And here's the thing, bro. Like it's always like based on the person's or even the photographer's interpretation. And sometimes they over edit. And so once you get it in your hands, you know, then you'll see, because I guarantee you his hair is not that gray when you get it in your hand. That right there is a lot of editing, bro. Like it is. You could actually see where it's saturated at times. But once you get it in your hands, like I said, you'll definitely be able to determine, you know, and I love it, man. I've been waiting on this thing for like the longest time. To have the Darksaber finally, you know what I mean, in hand, and have this figure in representation, have him pose up with 2 Death Troopers. I cannot wait for that.
Oh, dude,
yeah, that's going to be incredible, bro. I cannot wait for that. But yeah, it just gives me the feels, everything that I wanted, you know, from this figure, man. Like to have that, especially from the Mando line. I know a lot of people are in the interpretation that, you know what I mean, it's going to sit for a while. I don't believe so. I honestly don't believe so, man, because it is the Mando line. On top of that is Moff, and it's some older figure. We know that basically most figures that do have that older depiction don't sit as long. You know what I mean? So, I mean, in my opinion, anyway. So, I think if you're going to get it, get it. I mean, if you're a Mando fan, if you're a Giancarlo Esposito fan, I mean, definitely. And then on top of that, I was even thinking about getting 2. One, just to use the head sculpt for the boys, because like I said, he's great on the boys, you know what I mean? And we haven't seen one yet. So to have him next to Homelander and stuff like that, you know, the rest of that be incredible piece to have. If you just kind of, you know, want to just do your own mock of it, it'd be incredible. So definitely excited about that. Can't wait, man. Love it.
Optical, did your child decide to join?
She invaded my privacy.
She invaded. Dude, it's no problem, man. I was like, someone has a kid around. It's probably Optical. Nah, you're good, man. You're good. So, Dan, cheating ass Dan, I want to ask you, bro, with this Moff Gideon, how do you think it came out? Because I feel like I'm with Lael. I'm still really excited to get this in hand. I have this on pre-order, and hopefully it'll come through soon. It's funny, from certain angles, I feel like it looks really good, and others, I'm like, it's pretty good. You know, it's not bad. And then other angles, like I said, it looks like, you know, like spot on. But what do you think about it?
Dude, I think it looks awesome, man. You know, I've been wanting to pick this guy up. It's one of those things I'm not going to get day one, though. I'm going to definitely wait for, you know, either Sideshow or somewhere else to have it for pretty cheap if it happens. But yeah, it looks incredible, man. I think, you know, like you said earlier, sometimes, or how Leo said earlier, sometimes they over edit and it looks weird in certain angles. But, you know, I've seen a few unboxings already, and I think it looks incredible, man. I love the wire and the cape. The way the cape sits, it just looks very natural. That armor, that black gloss armor, it's just incredible, man. I'm really excited to get this. You know, even though I'm not going to get it right now, but I will have it in my collection for sure. Especially by the time the Chrome Mando comes out, that's definitely who I want to pair this with. But I am regretting selling my Death Troopers now because of this. So,
oh really?
Yeah, but it's cool. But he looks incredible, man. I can't wait. And I'm excited for people who are getting them right now. So yeah,
it's gonna be like this angle. Like I said, this shot looks spot on to me.
yeah.
Like it just depends on the lighting and the angle because some of the photos I just think look like that. I'm like pretty happy with, not great. That one's okay. That one's pretty solid. That doesn't really look as much like him.
Yeah.
Like that does. I don't know. It just depends to me. But Optical, how do you feel about this Moff Gideon, man? Is this something you're gonna be interested in? Do you think it came out pretty good?
I think it is better, definitely better than the prototype that they showed. And like you said, it depends on the angle that he's being shot on. He like that angle, because his presence is different. Like he needs his arms on his side or in his back to have that like shoulders pulled back, so it kind of adds to the mystique of the character and also Giancarlo. But definitely the head sculpt, that was the main concern back then when it was announced. Like the head sculpt, it's kind of like I don't know, because we're so used to Hot Toys, knocking it out, right? Like this one, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Like then I'd probably get this, but not right now. Maybe down the line, when there's like a free shipping or something like that. Because it does look good. Like, and you can just imagine this, because I like Mando, so you put him out there, and you don't need dynamic poses with this guy. He can just stand there in a museum pose, and we'll just look imposing, just because that's his character. Plus, you add the fact that his outfit is mostly just fabric, so you can pose him around. I think the shoulder pads are just attached to the it's like glued on to another fabric sleeves, so there's really no there's no restriction on articulation, not like you're going to pose him weirdly or anything like that. But like those poses, that's all you need. I don't know, so the cape looks wired too,
I think it is. Yeah.
So I mean, it plus how much is this? 250? I think it's
235, wasn't it?
235. This is the last one of the 235.
Is it 250? Okay, maybe.
Or 250.
That's still 250 is really good nowadays. You're right.
Nowadays, it looks like a bargain now. Like if you look at Qui-Gon Jinn, it feels like
235 for Qui-Gon.
Clearance. But this is the last of 250s now, and if you're waiting for another one, that might take a while. So if you're a fan of the show, like you have. Plus, if it doesn't sell, like let's say this one doesn't sell as much, then this would be your one and done. So I mean, you don't need to, I guess, rush out and pick it out now, but I think it looks good. Unlike the first time that they announced this and people were just like, oh, I don't know about that. I'll just go into Sideshow. And then Sideshow came out even worse. Then, this looks good, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm very happy with it, especially when I see angles like this. I really see the likeness there. So I'm really excited for this one, and definitely could be one that I'm adding to my Star Wars collection. But Carlos, how do you feel about this, man? Do you think Hot Toys nailed this one? They improved the proto? What do you think?
Yeah, so I mean, I never even thought, honestly, the prototype was that bad. I thought it was okay. Because I know a lot of people really hated the prototype. But I personally think this one's really good. I guess I just have some questions regarding this character. Cause I don't remember how tall he was, because I looked at the height of this, and he is actually a pretty short figure. He's only like 11 and a half. So I think that's going to be pretty short. And then the Dark Troopers are almost 13. So I don't remember if that's accurate, or how weird that's going to look on a shelf. Obviously, I don't do 1/6 anymore, but I don't know. I think overall looked pretty good. I really like the belt that he has on. That's all sculpted, so that's really nice. I don't understand why they went with leather boots again, though, because I feel like, well, for some people, right, that's going to be a problem. So not sure why they went that route. I don't even think this has a split cut boot design, right? I think it's just one solid piece.
Check. Yeah, I don't know if they show any shots of the boots. Yeah, I think it is one solid piece. It looks like that.
So, that wrinkle, I mean, I know layout, you don't have problems, but I know when I had some of these figures, they definitely flaked. So because of the pleather, so that would kind of be an issue. But I think just the fact that they went with a lot of plastic, it's a lot of fabric, except the boots, I think it's overall a pretty solid release. I just wish that they would have just gone with sculpted boots at that point. I don't understand why they keep going with plastic. I'm sorry, with pleather. So, but yeah, overall, I think it's pretty solid.
Yeah. Gotcha. Because I think it'd be pretty cool. But Leo, would that affect your posing at all without the split cut boot if he doesn't have that?
Because I'm used to it now. You know what I mean? I'm kind of used to it. And the thing is just like with this character, besides the very last episode, he didn't really do too much.
Yeah.
So I don't really need to go extra in on it, and how I'm going to actually pose him up in the detail with the Death Troopers. He's, I'm not doing anything acrobatic with this figure, so I really don't, have to worry about that. But it would have made sense for him to give him a split cut boot. Just formality. You know what I mean? For me, it's just like to kind of make it a bit better. But and I know, like I said, with this technology, again, like I said, the only thing that I'm afraid of is if it's going to pucker in the back, like a lot of those boots do.
You know
what I mean? And then you have to kind of fix it a certain way. I found myself, what I did was to kind of prevent that from happening is I stuffed something down to keep it a bit full in the back, so I don't have to worry about it kind of tugging or twisting up. It still gives me the articulation I need, but I just wanted to make sure it doesn't the shape of it doesn't kind of get corny and stuff like that. So but with this, again, I just take it for what it is, and I'm gonna have him posed up with the Death Troopers, so it'd be pretty good. I was actually even considering posing him up with Grand Moff Tarkin and Krennic, with Vader. Because we have to know that at some point he had an interaction with Vader. There had to have been some point where he did. So, I would want to actually just create something on my own just to kind of pull that off, just to see if it worked. So yeah, we'll see. And then that saves space.
That actually sounds really cool though. Like have sort of the Grand Moff, so to speak, and then,
like
have
the Grand
Krennic
Moff in one room. Yeah,
director in there and the Moffs, and have Darth Vader. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be a badass display. Yeah. But yeah, guys, I think most of us, we're all pretty happy with this figure. I think it sounds like the consensus there. So I'm pretty excited to see how it's gonna turn out once more people get it in hand. But yeah, I'm really excited to get it for sure. And I have another one that I know people were probably even more excited about. This is one that I actually had on pre-order at one point, but I ended up passing on it just as I was trimming things down. I think it turned out pretty good. I know, kind of like what Leia was saying about Moff Gideon, I know there's some discussions about the head sculpt. So I actually want to hit Optical first on this one. Optical. I actually think they improved. I still don't think it's perfect, but I think they improved the head sculpt from the Proto. This to me looks a lot better than the Proto. What do you think?
I think so. Yeah, I think they're getting better and better. Like if you see the evolution from what do you call that? The Farm Boy Luke, because this has kind of the look of Farm Boy Luke, like the hair piece is removable. Yeah. And back then, the Farm Boy Luke, it kind of, at least for me, it kind of looks kind of wonky, like the way they did it. I mean, it's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad. It's one of those things. But they made him, I don't know, like the face is a bit more chiseled, I guess, which is more accurate in my opinion than, because the Farm Boy Luke, like he's so young, like he just looks, and he is young back then. But in this one, it feels like there's more texture to it. It's more, I don't know how to explain it, like more HD, I guess. Like the paint application, the hair just flows better, like it sits better. If I'm not mistaken, the prototype, again, the complaints was there was not enough weathering on the suit back then. But I mean, from now it looks good enough to me. Yeah. This would definitely this is one of those sleeper ones, like, because there's so many Luke Skywalkers out there that a non-Star Wars fan might just easily pass on this, but it looks great. Like it has all, like you have so many display options, with the helmet on, with the hair on, and all that stuff. That again, this is what, like 265 or 275, something like that.
Yeah,
this is one of those things where one of the OTs that would come out rarely, very rarely, like when it's the next OT that we're gonna see, you can display him like that. Like there's so many display options in here, and if you look at the scene, if you're somebody like Leia who likes posing, I mean, you're gonna have a lot of fun here. I don't know, is that a fat suit? Maybe, but it doesn't seem like there's any articulation hindrance in his shoulders and elbows. But man, it turned out great. I think it turned out a lot better than what the prototype offered. This is one of those things, again, that Hot Toys is better. We always love it like that, when the prototype is just kind of and then they come out with this and it exceeded your expectations. So
yeah, I for sure think so too. So Carlos, what do you think about this Luke, man? Because for me, I felt like this is going to be a very popular one because it's, for one, original trilogy, and it's a very unique look for Luke. It's very different than the other ones. So for me, I'm going to stick with one Luke. I think I'm just going to stick with the Mando one because that one I really, really like a lot. But this one, Carlos, I kind of want to see your thoughts and see if you think people are going to pick it up, how did it turn out? What do you think?
Yeah, so people might pick it up. I mean, honestly, obviously, I like Star Wars. I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. So I don't really care for this Luke, to be honest. My favorite look of his was the Return of the Jedi, or in this case, the Mando Luke is definitely my favorite look for him. So don't have a lot to say. I mean, the weathering looks great. Honestly, I really didn't look a lot of the prototype because I was never really interested in this figure to begin with. The only reason I was even thinking about it at one point was to pair it with that snowspeeder from Jazz Inc., but that's not happening anymore. So that's not even a thing. So, but my question, I guess, would be, and again, I don't understand how this works for Star Wars 7. I don't see the movies often enough, but are the pants and the top supposed to be the same color? And I think I heard someone say the bottom or the pants don't look that weather. I don't know if that's accurate or why they went that route.
Layout might know better.
It's accurate. It's accurate because the thing is, the difference between this version and the actual piloted version with the X-wing is that, again, this is the snowspeeder look. It's a thicker jacket, a thicker layer. It is discolored the way it was in the film, so it's completely accurate. Whereas you got to keep in mind that he still actually has the piloting suit on under that jacket. It's just that the jacket is like an over layer because they are in snow. So
gotcha.
But it's completely accurate to the show.
Oh, nice.
Cool. Thank you for clearing that up because obviously I don't know enough about that, but that's the only thing I've heard people say. So I was like, well, it looks I didn't even notice that until someone said it, but that makes sense.
I didn't until you just said it, Carlos. I didn't.
It makes sense.
Yeah, but it's a cool looking figure. So Leao, I know this is going to be one coming to your collection. How excited are you for this one?
Yeah, man. I mean, here's the thing: is I wasn't going to get it, to be quite honest, because I actually have the sideshow version of it, and it's a pretty decent figure. Bro. It's an amazing piece. I mean, I know a lot of people are like, no, I've had it, since they dropped, and it was good enough because it sold out. Like as soon as they dropped it, it sold out. You'll never see it again unless you get it on like a secondary market, which is more expensive. But I wasn't going to get it, but then I was thinking about that snowspeeder, from Jazz Inc. if it happens, getting this, and actually using the one that I have from Sideshow as DAC, in the back of the actual snowspeeder, just to kind of just recreate, that scene. But definitely something I'll pick up, man. What I did was, again, I was kind of comparing it between, or which, distributor I was going to get it from. Based on one distributor's actions, I decided against it and just went with the other one, because it's not something that I need absolutely now that I will get, so I basically pre-ordered it through Sideshow Use Points. So I only pay like $180 for it shipped. So, once it's ready, it's just ready. So I'm not really worried about it. But yeah, I'll definitely get it. I mean, it's Star Wars, bro. Like I can't really not, I love Star Wars. It's like I'm a diehard Star Wars fan. So definitely got to actually have it. I mean, this is the OT. We want to show OT love. This is OT right here. Empire, one of the best. It is the best Star Wars film ever created. I don't care what anybody says. This is Empire Strikes Back, bro.
Rise of Skywalker, bro.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Yes, man. I love it. And I'll get it. I think with the jacket again, like I said, I mean, it is completely accurate to the film. And here's the thing: is like I noticed this the other day. If you go through the actual pictures, you get the different hair sculpts with this as well. Because you get one that's actually laying down, which if you look at the sculpt between it, like the way they the pictures were taken, the one where the hair is like more so laying on it, so you see more of Luke Skywalker, you see more of Luke. And to be quite honest, the head sculpt is pretty much an exact copy of the Revenge of the Jedi version, just maybe with like a few painted updates on it. You know what I mean? So it's not much of a difference. But yeah, I mean, I'll have it, man. I can't. Once it comes, but it's not something that I'm, in a hurry with. It might arrive with the Anakin that's still on preparing to ship from Sideshow that they haven't shipped out yet. So who knows?
Yeah.
This is your favorite look?
Which one? This one?
One's not. You wouldn't say it's your favorite look then?
No, Bespin. Bespin is always going to be my favorite. Bespin Luke is always going to be my favorite Luke, because that's the Luke that was more trivial, that was kind of deciding or trying to figure out himself and who he was. It's still, so that Bespin Luke is always going to be my favorite Luke of all. So yeah, but this one kind of contributes to that. So it would be a disservice if I didn't get it, because I mean, it's Star Wars. I love it, bro. I just I can't pass it up. To the point is like I'm almost really honestly I've been kind of weighing a few things, and I might get rid of a few of my Marvel figures, a few of them, just because, like I said, I'm just Star Wars is just my thing. So, and unless Hot Toys decides to do comic concepts of the Marvel figures, I'm just I'm not into like purchasing just head sculpts and because that's mainly what we're doing. We're not really worrying about the figures, more so head sculpts. That's why a lot of people are getting it. So I'm just kind of over that and the whole argument of it. So I'm just like, you know what, it is what it is.
Yeah, I got you, bro. Yeah, and sorry guys, my internet connection's being a little bit spotty right now. So if I happen to dip out, I promise I'll be back. But Dan, how how are you feeling about this figure, man, with this Luke Skywalker? Is this something you think you're going to pick up and add to your collection? How do you think it turned out?
Oh, dude, I love it, man. It's actually on its way right now.
Really?
Yeah, this is a must for me, dude. Just because like Empire, like many others, is one of my favorite Star Wars movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of agree with Leo. The Bespin Luke is still probably one of my favorite outfits as well. I like them all, man. I don't think there's a Luke Skywalker outfit I don't really like. I think the Endor one's cool, like all of it. I'm just a big Luke Skywalker fan, and yeah, man, this was a must in my collection. The way he's gonna stand out is just, yeah, I can't wait. And he's gonna be one of those figures, man, that like not a lot of people are gonna pick up, and once it sells out, dude, this thing is gonna fucking be really hard to find, and people are gonna be kind of biting them, kicking themselves in the ass for it. And yeah, I think it's just a great version of him, and that head sculpt is definitely on point. And in my eyes, some people don't agree, but I think it looks really good, man. I'm just I'm really excited to get this, and yeah, it's just incredible, man.
You know what, Dan? I was thinking about, especially with posing, and if you wanted to do it in a DTOF, because the grappling gun is magnetic, and it can. So if you put it in a DTOF and you put like maybe a metal siding on the other side of the glass to see if it holds and if it would stick, and just maybe put like Michael's own snow in your DTOF, just like you know what I mean? Like it would kind of look decent, bro. I think that would look incredible.
Yeah, man. I was thinking about like, because someone brought up a picture where or something where it says the base is magnetic for the gun, so it's like they kind of expect you to like put the base upside down or something, like somewhere. So me, I would just double side tape that base to the top of DTOF or Margin case or whatever, and then
have the base,
and then hopefully it stands. I don't know how strong that magnet is going to be on that. Maybe I'll swap the magnet out for something stronger. I don't know.
That'd be decent.
But
are you guys planning on getting that snowspeeder from Jazz Inc. though?
I wanted to, but that price, I don't know, man.
Yeah, that snowspeeder, it's a big PP purchase, bro. That's awesome.
I thought about it. I definitely, it ran through my head, but I was just like, fuck. I don't know.
It's nice
right now.
How much is it, Carlos?
It's like $3,000, isn't it?
Nah,
I thought it was like 17.
It's like,
I'm thinking about the Batwing then. Never mind.
I thought it was like 17.
That's your total order from Jazz Inc.
Yeah, because I know it was like similar price to like the Justice Mobile from
that's like
that was like 1,500 or something like that.
13. So 13 for the Batmobile and then 1,500 for the Snowspeeder. I think they're only making 35 of them or something.
Oh shit. Yeah, so and you got to think about the size of that thing. It's huge. It's probably like going to be like near the size of my table here. So yeah. Damn. It's cool, man. I've definitely been thinking about it.
No. Hey, I'm excited for people to get this figure in hand. It looks pretty badass. I want to go and hop to the next one because there was another Star Wars figure that dropped just the other day as well. And this is Jango Fett. This is a figure that was in purgatory, it seemed like, for years. Finally was put up for pre-order. Now it's finally been released years later. So I know a lot of people are excited for this one. I'm going to jump to Carlos first on this one. Carlos, how about this Jango Fett, man? Do you feel like this came out pretty good? I'm not crazy about the head sculpt, but I need to watch some reviews and see some in hand.
Yeah, I mean, I think it looks pretty good. I saw on Justin's channel that I didn't know it even came with that swappable the top of the helmet. So that's really cool. I think it looks really great. He made a really good point, though. So obviously we know, right, that, again, Hot Toys a lot of pleather. But I think that armor at the top, I think he uses pleather behind the armor. So that would probably be my only concern with this figure. I think it looks good. Honestly, if I was to ever get a figure like this, I don't know if I would actually use the head sculpt. I feel like all helmeted figures, I prefer them with the helmet. It's just nice that I can have the head sculpt at that point.
Mhm.
You know, I really like the figure overall. I mean, if I was still collecting, then I think this would be one of those that I would want to get. Honestly, I would probably want to get this over the Moff Gideon because I like this one a lot more. So, but that's just me. But I think it looks great, to be honest with you.
Yeah, especially the armor itself. I think it looks pretty cool.
It looks pretty cool. I mean, before Mando, Boba was my favorite character. So any similarities of any character to Boba, would have done it for me. So I think that's really why I like this.
Yeah.
I
I would say most people are probably going to keep the helmet on. So
yeah. I
think that's how it tends to be with armored characters. More often than not, people have the helmet on. Yeah, the head sculpt is really important, but it's not the end of the world if you're going to display it this way. The only one I can really think of is Battle Damage Mark 85, where like the vast majority of people are not going to put the helmet on.
The DX19, that head sculpt is incredible.
Yeah, DX19 for sure. Yeah,
but, I feel like with like statues though, like you really want to highlight that head sculpt, and I feel like with the 1/6 figures, the head sculpts can kind of be a hit or miss sometimes, depending on obviously like this one. Some people don't like it, some people don't like Moff Gideon, but I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Because
some Prime 1 sculpts though can be like that. They can be like very divisive,
Yeah. So
very polarizing. So yeah, it's definitely interesting to see. But Leo, how about this Jango Fett, man? I know this is going to be one for you too. I think, right?
It's right here.
Oh, you got it. Dan has it too. What the hell?
I got it right here.
He was flexing earlier.
Oh, did you unbox it already, Leo?
Nah, I haven't, man, because
okay.
I just haven't had the time to do it as of yet. But yeah, I have it, man. This was a day when day one made sense. It was a day one for me. I had to have it because like I love Jango. Again, like Carlos said, Boba. Come on, man. That's the OG. Of all, and then actually have this figure. Where the armor came from, where it was inherited.
Right.
It just makes so much more sense. To have it. So I couldn't, and then on top of that, because it's been hinted that, we'll definitely get, somewhere down the line, we'll get a Mace Windu. So, to have them square off it to be decent. I like the head sculpt. I mean, a lot of people, I know there was like just a few questions about it, but I mean, this was a version that was 20 years ago. You know what I mean? So of course it holds up to that, type of sculpting itself. And it's not even too much different from the prototype that we actually got, to tell you the truth. But yeah, I like any of the accessories that comes with it. I like the poncho that comes with it. It does have like a slide off like piece for the neck where you can expose it or put that back on when you have the helmet on. So I do like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty decent. Comes with 2 jetpacks, which made sense for the film itself. So I'm glad that they did that. I mean, it makes so much sense that they would do something like that. The accessories, I love that belt, and I love the pistols, man. Like those pistols.
Yeah, the pistols are so sick, dude.
Yeah, bro. Like I couldn't. I definitely can't. And the way you even got it right now, Dan, next to
I had it next to Dooku.
Yeah, like how you got him next to Dooku. That's straight off of camera, like how we see it, man. I love that, bro. So yeah, it's definitely the only thing my thing about it is. And it's like a small nitpick that really doesn't make it doesn't make a difference. Is that I wish the armor was actual die cast. I really wish.
That would have been nice.
That would have been incredible to have like die cast armor, but I could see why they didn't. So it is what it is. Yeah,
gotcha. Yeah, because it would have driven the price up too, Leo, for sure. So maybe another like $75.
Yeah, it would have definitely drove that price up. So I accept it for what it is. Like I said, it's a small. And then on top of that, it would have been weighted. It probably wouldn't able to be, been able to do too much with it. So I'm happy, for what it is, and I'm just so finally glad to have it in hand. Like, how many years were we talking about Jango?
Yeah, so many
for the longest time.
At
so
least
finally,
2.
Yeah, bro. So to finally have it in hand, I'm definitely excited about this piece, bro.
Do you care that the entire belt is pleather though? Because usually, isn't it sculpted?
I think
Boba's was pleather too, so
it was okay.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter, man. Like I really don't. Again, I have it in like really good temperature down here in his basement, bro. So nothing. The only figure that I've actually had a problem with peeling, bro, is that fucking Wanda. That Wanda from Age of Ultron. That leather jacket. I didn't even do anything with it, and it just peeled. Like it's the only thing that I have down here that peeled like that. I think it was just that. It was just terrible. But Yeah, other than that, man, I'm so excited about this piece.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And Optical, how do you feel about this one, man? How do you feel about this Jango Fett? Is this something you're considering? Do you think it came out pretty good? Because it's funny. I remember originally the George Bush comments about the head sculpt.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really feel like it's George Bush. Maybe I need to see more in person. I feel like the sculpt is like a 7. Like it's solid, but I'm not crazy about it. What do you think?
I don't know, man. I like it. I mean, I remember that
wrong.
George Bush comments back in the day. You know, they were just like, I personally don't see it. I mean, this can't be that bad. I mean, it is a kind of the same mold as Cody, and we know that Cody is one of the best head sculpts that they've ever made. So I know they're gonna do some tweaks here and there because they're making a bit younger or whatever. But man, this is Hot Toys. This is one of those figures that myself, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but no one can deny how cool any Boba Fett armor looks like.
Right.
Like, even if you're not a huge 100%. Star Wars fan, you get gravitated towards it. And this is like Hot Toys at its finest. 2 head sculpts. Mm-hmm. You know, like you got the option there. You got the gimmicks. You know, like the rocket on his pack and all that stuff. How much is this? $265. This is if you're gonna buy a Hot Toys out of those 3 that we just showcased earlier. Mm-hmm. This is one of those things where you prioritize this first because they're not going to make another one. I mean, this is not like an ongoing series. This is it. I mean, you can post this even if you don't have like Dan, even if you don't have Dooku, you can post this even if you just like Mandalorian, post it next to Mando, post it next to Boba. He could go anywhere in your collection and he would just look badass. This is one of those figures where I don't care if you're a Marvel collector, you got to appreciate this. This just looks so nice.
I would agree. That's why I said I would even say this one over Moff Gideon. I forgot that we even talked about Luke, to be honest, but yeah, this one was great because again, I don't really care about Luke, but this one is great. And my only thing is pleather because I've had a few pleather problems in the past, but this one is very tempting to pick up for sure. So
it just has a lot of presence, bro. Like presence,
really cool.
Even like this picture right here, it's just like so much presence. With this figure, so I mean, you can't go wrong with Mando armor. Period. You know
I would agree.
And that, like, it just looks good. Look
at this.
Yeah. All the accessories you get with it, like it's definitely. I'm so excited, and I'm excited to wait. It's finally over, so we don't talk about it anymore.
Send me yours, bro.
Got you, bro. I got you.
That's what we need to do. So, cheating as Dan, what do you think, man? You have this figure in hand. I'm gonna solo you real quick. What are you thinking about it?
Dude, honestly, man, I think it's way better in person than what those pictures reflect. Because I tell you right now, like he does not look like crazy young like he does in the pictures. Like, it's hard to tell because you have to see it in a very nicely lit room, but you can tell like he has that little shadow in his in his jawline. Like he's got like he's not like super young, but he's he's also not old. And I think they did a great job nailing this head sculpt. And like in terms of like the pleather, it's kind of cool the way they did this. So like the pleather is not very thin. So like you can't really like let's say you bring the arms up, it's very stiff, if that makes any sense. So like you're not going to really move it too much when you move its arms. So
stiff is always good.
Yeah. So like, so I don't see there being too much of a problem. I mean, maybe if you live in like that hot climate, it might, but like, I live in Northern California. It's kind of cold like half the year. So I don't have that problem. I know, folks who live out in like, the hot areas, it's a big problem, but if anything, I'm just more worried about the straps, just be careful. I would say these things feel very fragile. So I think it looks great, man. I think the weathering on the armor like is second to none, bro. This is the best they've done on any armor, in my opinion. Like the Mando line. Because once you see those gauntlets, you can see like the pitting and the weathering and the like it's incredible, bro. The armor is just great. I'm so happy with this purchase.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro.
It looks nice, bro.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that looks really nice. So yeah, I'm happy that everyone is gonna have fun with this one. It seems like it's gonna be a great figure. So guys, I want to move on to something else real quick here because InArt Gandalf. I just really want to ask the panel something real quick. I'm gonna pull up a screen with this Gandalf. that just dropped somewhat recently over the last couple days, earlier this week. The Queen Studios InArt Gandalf, $529 on Spec Fiction. I know you can get it cheaper. Some other places like Toys Wonderland, some other places have it a little bit cheaper, but around high 400s or low 500s shipped for this item. So I really want to ask the panel, and I want to start with Optical because I know he's a big Lord of the Rings fan. Optical, how are you feeling, man, about this Gandalf? What do you think of their strategy with the pricing? Do you think it's going to sell? Do you think it's a good figure overall? What are your thoughts?
For the price, okay, it's one thing to say it's worth it, or for the market, yes, the 500 I think is a good price for this, because Asmus is 350. You add 150 more, and this is much better than Asmus. Let's just put it this way. Asmus has more accessories. This one looks like a statue that became 1/6. So adding 150 to that is not the worst thing that Queen Studios did, right? I mean, if you're thinking about value compared to Asmus, then it's there. Like if you bought the Asmus, trust me, I'd pay an extra 150 just to get this. Now, in general, though, the strategy, as far as comparing this to Asmus, I would say 500 sounds about right? The question is, how many are they going to sell for 500? Like, are Lord of the Rings fans willing to drop $500? And I can tell you, some are, some will be. The question is, how many? Because I want them to be successful, because I want Aragorn or Legolas and all that stuff. And okay, yeah. So
see, your kid even likes Gandalf. Bro.
Yeah. So she likes Gandalf. I want Aragorn, but I feel like are they going to sell this? Sure. How many is the case though? Because Lord of the Rings fans are not Star Wars fans. They are not going to buy. If you're a casual fan and you like this, it's like, oh man, that looks fantastic. I'm gonna get Gandalf. What? 500? Hell no. Like at this point, 20 years from Lord of the Rings, how many are really gonna jump? Because if they are that hardcore, Asmus would have been bigger by now. Because 7 years ago, Asmus has no competition, and they actually released some pretty good figures like Gimli. That's a good one. They got some good ones, but where were the Lord of the Rings fans? Where were they? Like maybe they didn't know Asmus. I don't know. I'm just saying, like the Lord of the Rings fans, even if you go to a Collector's Freaks, they're not out there. And then not only are they not out there, are they willing to spend 500? So I don't know. Like if you ask me, is this fair? Yes, I would say the pricing is fair, but I think it's a tad bit high for the masses to jump into.
Right. That's pretty much exactly how I feel, Optical. I think you and I talked about this. The price I think would have, I don't know Queen Studios' bottom line or their production costs or things like that, but if you would price this maybe at 400, tops 450, I think that would have been a little more manageable for a lot of people. But
right, for a new guy that's starting in the game.
But like even that $50, I think it's just over the edge where it's like, it's a little too high. Like where I'm going to pass. Right?
Like Lael said, we're buying the head sculpt here because everything from the neck down looks like Asmus. Right. So if you buy this, you're literally just buying the head sculpt. And knowing Queen Studios, they are good with statues. Are they good with figures? How's the body? Are they going to be like sideshow bodies? Are their accessories going to be brittle? Are they going to snap at the elbows? We don't know all of that yet. For the casual fans to drop 500 on a character that's like 20 years old that no one really, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, and even myself can't pull the trigger on a $500 figure.
Right.
Much more so, like a casual one. So we'll see.
And we've said, Optical, from the beginning, like Joker is a different beast altogether.
It's a different beast.
Joker is different. He's the exception to every rule. Like the Heath Ledger Joker is the exception to pretty much. You can price him at almost anything you want, and people will buy it if it's good.
The difference too with Joker is that if you don't want that Joker, your only alternative is to get DX11. Which, if you buy a DX11 on eBay, you're almost purchasing the Queen Studios. That
which is a lot better,
a lot easier. In here, it's still available at Big Bad for $320. So if you're pinching pennies here, you might say $180, So just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. But they are doing a good job. So I want to ask Dan. Dan, I don't know how big of a Lord of the Rings fan you are, but at this price point, do you think this is something you would pick up? Would you complete the line? Do you think this is spot on? I like the head sculpt, but it's funny. I think Zach from Collecting Weekly mentioned the Robert De Niro thing. I do kind of see Robert De Niro a little bit now that he mentioned that. Like just a tad, I see Robert De Niro in there. But it still looks like Ian McKellen to me. Good enough where I would be happy, I think. But what do you think, Dan?
I think it looks great, man. I'm not like, I I'm not to say that I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan, but I haven't seen those movies in so long. So like it's one of those things I got to rewatch. Um, but it looks incredible, man. I mean, that rooted hair, the beard. People are saying he looks like Santa Claus. I mean, if you mess with that a little bit, you can fix that. That's fine. But I think $500 is a hard pill for anyone to swallow. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially for a figure, that's it's a lot. It's a lot of money. And like you guys said, the Joker is a totally different animal. But like I don't really know too much about this character, so I don't really know if the stuff he comes with is worth it or not. But I mean that head sculpt's pretty on point, man. I mean, yeah, I can kind of see the Robert De Niro a little bit. I think it's the nose slightly. But it looks great, man. I mean, to you diehard fans out there, if they're out there, if you get this, like I'm happy. It looks great. I think Dre said he's gonna get this. For those who don't know, the other half of my channel, the other guy, yeah, he said he's gonna get this because he's a big Lord of the Rings fan. So it looks incredible. I can't say, the base is a little lackluster in my opinion compared to the Joker. I mean, the Joker was, incredible, but it looks great. $500 is a lot for me, but I'm one of those guys that like if I like something, I think the price is worth it. So for me, like if this was a Ben Affleck Batman, like, oh, dude, 500, all right, whatever. Like I can pay that off over a couple years. Who knows when this thing is gonna even drop? But like that's me, my personal preference. Like everyone who's gonna love this is gonna get it. So yeah, for me, it's not for me, but I'm happy for anyone getting this thing.
Yeah, well. Thanks so much to everyone in the chat. 165 watching right now. That's amazing, guys. Thank you so much. And remember to hit the like button and let us know your thoughts in the comments. Looks like the comments are rolling pretty good tonight, so I'm really excited. And thank you all for joining. And Leo, I know, man, this is probably not going to end up in your collection, but I want to hear your thoughts maybe on Queen Studio strategy and just the figure overall, because I think they're obviously targeting a different market here, like maybe a higher end 6-scale collector. But I think talked about this a lot, and just like I just don't know how sustainable that is. Like I don't know if that's going to be smart long term. I think maybe they're trying to get people in, and then once you buy one figure, you'll get more. But Joker was 1,000, but there were 2 of them, and the bases, there's like a prison bar cell, and like there's like all this other like die cast accessories and this and that. But this has rooted hair and rooted beard. But I don't know, Leia. What do you think, man? I think it looks good, but I can't pull the price at this. Pull the trigger at this price.
Yeah. It looks. Here's the thing. Positives. We'll start with the positives first. The figure looks good. I do see both Ian McKellen and Robert De Niro in certain photos, so we do see that. I love the accessories that it comes with, the tailoring, on the attention to detail when it comes to the sculpt. Like with the rooted hair, it looks really good. The beard looks good. I love the simple fact that it has a magnetic stand, that it does not require, that crotch grabber or the waist grabber.
That's really cool.
So that's definitely a bonus there. And I can see that they, spared no expense at giving us a quality figure. From what we see as far as the articulation, it looks pretty good. So if people who get this, if they want to pose him up a certain way, they'll be able to do so. I did say that basically what I thought they should have did, because it's lackluster for the price. When it comes to accessories, they should have gave us at least they could have gave us like the Elvis gate to was it Gamoria? Is that what it is? Like the what is it? The
like a
dwarf
tunnel? What's it called?
I forget the name
of
the
Shire, you mean?
Yeah. No. The Elvis gate that they actually had to speak friend to pass. Yeah. If they would have gave us that with a light up feature, that would have been decent. If they would have gave us even his staff with a light up feature, that would have been incredible. Because remember, he lights it so he can see. That'd have been decent. Price. Here's my thing, and this is my fear when it comes to the price. That price at 500 or 529, bro. Then I'm looking at it from a sense where now they're making it justifiable for companies like Sideshow to continue to raise the price on their figures. And that's what I'm scared of, bro, because you already see that they're doing that with Doctor Strange. So if they feel that people are going to buy this particular figure, then they're going to be like, oh, it's justifiable. We can actually go out and purchase, we can raise our prices as well. And if people like the figure, they'll buy it, so don't argue with us about pricing when you're, spending money on other figures, especially from InArt, that's at that price. And I'm like, that's the fear. And that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping. And that's the thing is, like, when they talked about and he said competitive pricing. Where is it? Like, where's the competitive pricing? Now, here's the thing. We can say that it's justifiable based off of the detail, but it's not competitive when it comes to other companies. Like that's not competitive to me. I don't understand that. And longevity, bro, like are people going to continue? Now, here's the thing. They're releasing, this we do see that they put out that list. I'm definitely interested in the Batfleck, Batman, and also the Wonder Woman. Of course, I saw Wonder Woman. I'm like, you know what? They're going to nail that likeness, and it's going to be hard for me to say hell no. So definitely that would be a figure that I'll get, but I'm not going to continue to go. And they're giving us a Henry Cavill. Well, here's the thing. They didn't specifically say the names. They said the Ben Affleck Batman, but they didn't say the names for Wonder Woman or Superman. And I don't either or I'll be interested in. But my problem is the price. Like literally, they have to kind of reconsider those prices, bro, because especially if they want to have more followers, people who believe in their product. Again, like if this is more high end, to specify that in the very beginning and don't say it's competitive, because it's not. And you're just opening that door for companies like Sideshow to come in. And that's like, bro, like 500, that's damn near statue prices for a premium format from Sideshow. You feel me? So it's just like, yo, myself, I just can't justify paying, and I won't do it. I love Lord of the Rings, the movie. I love the movie. I love it's again top 5 of my most incredible, amazing top 5 of all time trilogies. But for me, it's just not something that I'm going to dive into as far as the figures, because that's just another rabbit hole. I'm already in enough there deep in. So I'm not going to actually do that. So yeah, I leave this to people who want it, but just think about that 500, because if you continue doing that, then it's justifying them raising the prices if they want to, and it's also justifying Hot Toys raising it and saying, look, if you're paying this is what you're going to pay for as well. So just do it and live with it. And I'm not willing to live with that. I'll cash out before I do that.
Yeah. I get what you mean, Leo, and I'm kind of feeling something similar with this one. Like, I do think it really looks good. I think they did a good job with it. I think they did a really good job with it. It just, it's kind of like what I feared happened. I feel like they charged, like you said, it's not really competitive. I mean, like Asmus was what, 350, and this is 150 more than that. Like that's, this is probably higher quality, like Optical was saying, but that's not really competitive. I don't feel like that's like competitive would be like 400. Like, I think that would be competitive. But before I get to you, Carlos, Bob Dylan said InArt is targeting collectors that are high. Maybe. I don't know. There are a lot of people that are excited about this. I don't hope none of us are raining on anyone's parade. Bob Dylan, I appreciate the super chat, man. Thank you so much. But I hope no one, like I said, is raining on anyone's parade. If you're excited about this, great. It does look amazing. There's nothing wrong with how it looks, really, other than it's a little Robert De Niro-ish. But other than that, I think it looks great. But Carlos, what do you think, man? How do you feel about InArt strategy and this figure in general?
Yeah, so I think that for Gandalf, or this figure in general, I think they're priced about. So let's say this is 500, because I think spec was like 529 or something, right?
Yeah, 529.
I think they should have been priced right at 400, like you said, and I think that would have been competitive. That would have made a lot more sense. So because once you start getting that 500 and plus, I feel like that's going to be certain characters that are iconic. Whether you may, and it's not that Lord of the Rings isn't iconic. It's just that it's 20 years old, right? And there hasn't been anything. I mean, The Hobbit, but that sucked, right? So it was just like the main trilogy, which was great. But like we look at it and we say, well, like how many people are really gonna, spend $500 on this figure? And we have to look at opportunity costs. Like if you like Lord of the Rings, that means you probably like Marvel or Star Wars. And if you like Star Wars, like that's 2 troopers, or that is Jango Fett and Moff Gideon. So like, after shipping and all that, I'm assuming we're pretty close to it. So you kind of have to look into that. I could see them charging 500 for certain figures, like definitely a Superman, just because again, it's fucking Superman, right? Or a certain Batman. But for a character that Asmus isn't even doing well for, I don't know. I don't think that's the right strategy. So does that mean that Nazgul is going to come out? It's going to be 500 or 450 because there's no sculpt, or they're going to come out and charge $500 for Jon Snow, or the other Game of Thrones figures? Like Game of Thrones is dead. No one's gonna come out and be like, yeah, I need a $500 Jon Snow. Or if that was the case, I think 3-0 would have done better there. I think there's $100 or $150 too overpriced. The value is there. I understand it, but from how Lord of the Rings is doing and what I think people would actually spend on it, I think 400 would have been a great price for Queen. I think they're, if every figure from here on out, they're going to cost 500 and you want to get the Fellowship, that's going to be an expensive ass collection just on, if you go with Queen. So you have to look at it and say, well, if I'm going to collect this, what else could I have gotten for it, right? Because we're all going to do that. So I think it's just too expensive for it. I understand it has great materials, die cast, but Asma's had rooted hair too, and it didn't look bad at all. So is it $150 more? I don't know. Maybe, magnetic base, it's great, but I don't know. I don't see even when I was collecting 1/6, I still wouldn't have paid $500 for a Gandalf. I would have paid 400.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's like when you see this, Carlos, what's crazy about it, bro, it's like I could see if like you said, they lowballed it like maybe 350 to 400.
Yeah.
And then eventually we start seeing them price hike. You know what I mean? They're starting at 500 off the bat. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, yo, this is 500. This is what we want to be.
Right.
I mean, it's not, not everybody's going to be as lucky as me and Dan when we, as far as the Joker is concerned.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, come on, man. Like,
I think it's the rooted hair though too, because someone's saying that because it is a lot of rooted hair. It is, and
so is Asmus.
Yeah,
and it's only 350, 320.
Yeah,
better sculpt, sure. But my point is, like, if there are 5, because the Joker 2-pack, if you split it in two, was like 505 shipped or something. This is 530. So what's going to happen when you start getting like the Batmans, like the Batflicks? It's supposed to be all leather, so none of those leather problems.
Right?
What is that going to be? Fucking 600? You know what I mean? It's like that starts.
And
getting
if you got
tough
rooted
now.
hair for it and leather and like
so
like,
rooted sculpt, leather, real functioning everything, and it's like you're going to charge that $600. Like that's a lot of money at that point.
I don't think they're going to do too many rooted hair for like characters like Batman because they have like shorter hair. I don't think they're going to do too many rooted for that because that wouldn't really make sense. But still, you have a point. Like the leather, that's going to be pretty pricey. So
and for like a cape and all that stuff. So it's like,
well, it could be 500 for those
wireless cape. I mean, the wired cape.
I'm in danger.
Yeah,
I think
that's the thing. Is
it's
like to have all 3 of those. Oh man.
Yeah, you might though. Yeah, you might get to the point where it's like maybe 500 for Batman or like, and Carlos said 600 at some point.
Do that.
It's like.
Yeah.
Okay,
the crazy thing is, and that iconic that you're not going to buy another Batman. Is that going to be your own?
Right.
Batman
exactly.
collection? What if there's another movie that's better?
I know.
So you just paid $700 on an all leather Batman.
Exactly.
Not
only that, optical, but I've seen the Joaquin Phoenix one. It's supposed to be limited, and DC came out, or from what I've heard from DC, it has to be super high, super limited, and super premium. What is that going to be? Wouldn't surprise me if that ends up being a $600 to $700 figure. You know what I mean? Because it is going to be limited from what.
The thing with Queen is, I think they're trying to create a new market, something that's higher end than 1/6, but the people who doesn't want to pay statue prices. So they're looking for that sweet spot of 500 to 700, the one that's not willing to spend more on a statue, or who doesn't have a space, but somebody who's trying to be like, I don't want Hot Toys. It's too toyish for me. How big is that market though? The 500 to 700 tier.
Yeah, and I will say people who collect Lord of the Rings, they're not only collecting Lord of the Rings. If they were collecting Lord of the Rings, hey, no problem, buy 10 of these if you want. But if you're collecting Marvel and you're collecting Star Wars, and from what I've seen, when it comes into Star Wars, you're going to collect a few troopers, right, to go with Moff, or you're going to try to create a scene or do other things, or so you start looking at all these costs, and you're like, well, if a figure is 600, I can get like literally 3 short troopers off, Toys Wonderland or other places, you know what I mean? So it's like at that point you start looking at those prices and say, well, how much do I really love Lord of the Rings at that point? I haven't seen it in like 10 years, you know what I mean? Like, so
they got the essence of 1/6 where it's cheaper than statues, so you can army build or build like a scene where if it's 250 each, instead of buying 1 statue, you can buy 6 Hot Toys. They forgot that, because right now you can't build a scene. You buy 2 And now, are you better off having one statue or two Queen Studios?
Yeah. The way Queen Studios is doing it right now, for just a new collector coming in the scheme and they see this price, it's literally going to be one figure per DTOF. Like literally, that's just the way it's going to look, because it's way too much. Now, my question is, Will, are you getting that Pennywise?
See, I don't know, Leo. Yeah, see, it depends on the price. It really does, because the Hot Toys one is really good, and I have two of them.
It is.
So I mean, the only difference really would be rooted hair. I don't know what, unless they did like a Deadlight sculpt or something, they're gonna have to do something different than what Hot Toys did.
Yeah.
So maybe like they give it an LED light up function with a Deadlight's head sculpt too, and they give it rooted hair or something. But but I don't know, man. Rooted hair on a Pennywise 1/6 might be a bitch, because to get it in the right hairstyle and get it combed and everything, it would kind of be a pain in the ass. So I don't know if I even want that, want that hassle. So, but if they charge $500 for it, probably not. I don't think so.
True.
I got two for that, basically.
You're a big Lord of the Rings fan, right? Would you rather get this Gandalf or the Jango and Moff Gideon? Because they're basically the same.
Yeah, I'd probably get Jango and Moff Gideon.
I love Lord of the Rings. It's just,
or I'd get the Luke and Moff Gideon. But sorry.
At a certain point, you'll be like, man, I love figures, because it doesn't matter if this is 500, 700. It still doesn't have the presence of a statue. It's still 12 inches. Right. So if we're talking about photography, you're like, oh man, this looks good in photography. Well, I make Asmus looks good either. I mean, if you know Photoshop, you can make somebody look good. So as far as display is concerned, you still have to get closer to appreciate the details of this guy. You still have to come in. So as far as posing like Lale or Dan, it still does not have the presence of a quarter scale or a third scale. Yeah, and it's almost at the same price. Yeah.
And at this price, literally, as a poser, I mean, I don't know how you feel about this too, Dan, but as a poser paying this price, I don't know if I want to, because I would be too scared to damage it and say I'm, you know what I mean? As far as my money, you know what I mean? Paying that, he would definitely be in like a glass case. So I'll put him in a glass case inside of a DTOF, so nobody would actually touch it. Because I mean, again, to me, is it worth it? No, but it's not taken away from the artistry. It's still an excellent looking figure. So I do want to put that out there. And it's not to diminish anybody who is, trying to purchase this figure. It's just pricey, man. Like 500. If we're all talking about voting with our pockets and our wallets, then we can't continue to pay these prices and say that's justified, bro. I just don't think so. I really don't.
Especially for this figure.
Bro. Yeah.
The way I kind of see
it, we haven't gotten the Joker in hand yet.
Yeah. Until we get the Joker, we don't know what the quality is going to be like.
Yeah. For all we know, it could look like Will. So
good, bro. Which people voted for. They did vote for it. It's true. But it's funny. Jerry dropped a good comment. This is interesting and for discussion. This is about the same price as Carnage or Venom, and this seems to be a lot better quality. Those are just taller. Yet there wasn't a discussion about those prices because those figures are massive. That's why. Yes, there's rooted hair on this one, but Carnage is like literally bigger than the Thanos figure, I think.
It's like 18 inches, right?
He's like 18 inches tall or something like that. He's like, this is a 12-inch figure. So he's 1.5 times as big as Gandalf.
It's a new body, it's different. This is basically a head sculpt. You're buying a head sculpt. Just take this head sculpt out, you put it on an Asmus body, it's Asmus now.
And the difference between like the Venom and Carnage in this figure is that, again, that Carnage, I guarantee you, and it's in my opinion only, that yes, when it comes out, the hype is going to be there, but it's going to sit for a while. And if it does
100%.
that price is going to get marked down, and you will be able to get that cheaper. You can't say the same thing about this figure, because like I said, the quantity, the amount that they're actually doing, they're never going to mark this down, man. You'll never see a markdown on this, unless you're getting it off from a deal or for somebody else who wants to sell it. So,
the way I see it though too is like what InArt's kind of what they seem to be trying to go for is like, these are going to be like the definitive versions in your collection. Like these are the ones that deserve the single DTOF and whatnot. And I get what they're trying to go for, but like, like the only competitive price I even seen was the regular sculpted version of the Joker for, what was it, $320 or whatever. Yeah. That was like the only competitive price. And it does come with a decent amount. And for what you get, and it's incredible, but that's the only competitive price I've seen so far. So,
it's also competitive, like in the aftermarket. Like, what other choice can you get at that point? But exactly. I think this one, if this one's $50 more than Asmus, I would have said, "Hey, this is the perfect price for it."
Yeah,
you have to eat some loss so that you can understand it, and and get better figures in the future. But
or make a limited run. They could have made this very limited, and that would have, I don't know. I think it's.
I agree.
Yeah. I got you. Absolutely. So, guys, great discussion on this one. You know, that figure is, I don't know. Queen Studios has a very interesting strategy, and it's good and bad at the same time because we're getting really good stuff, it looks like, but also we're getting high prices. But I mean, you know, I get it. Some of the Iron Man are 420, 430 with the die cast and stuff, but I guess we're just maybe a little more conditioned to that, I guess I would say. But okay, so guys, I have some fun topics just to get into as we, you know, round out the end of the show here. But one I want to ask you guys, should you visit your collection room daily? You know, do your family and friends visit your collection room? How do you approach this? Because I think a lot of us like sharing our collection with our loved ones, even if they don't, you know, love it as much as we do. A lot of times, Lael's shaking his head, they can enjoy it and, you know, sort of, you know, take, you know, a lot of solace in the fact that we enjoy it and they can, you know, have, you know, enjoy the art pieces that we have on display. So do you guys feel like you should visit your collection room daily to appreciate what you do have? And if so, do you let your family members do it? Anything like that? Leo, I'll let you go first because I know you were shaking your head. So
yes, I basically feel like I visit my detail or my collection, my hall of details. I visit them every day because, like I said, I work down here. This is my work office. My workspace is right over there when I'm dealing with clients. You know, and my, you know, figures and everything is right here. So I see them every day. I can, you know, anything I need to kind of repose and whatever, I could just kind of do that. As far as any family members, hell no. I'm not letting anybody or their badass kids come downstairs and look at the figures because then they always want to touch the glass or they'll point. And the thing is, no matter how much you tell them not to do it, they're going to do it anyway. They're going to touch the glass. I'm not doing that. So I'd rather you not look at it. Don't even breathe on it. It's just not happening. I won't even let my brothers and my family actually come down and touch it. If it's there, you admire it from afar because I just don't want nothing touched, especially for the amount of time it took me to pose and put it in a certain position. If you touch it and it's out, I'll know. So hell no. Nobody's allowed. I mean, y'all can stand and admire it, but that's, again, as a matter of fact, I'll take a picture and show you and bring it upstairs so you can actually take a look at it. I'll just have a video camera or something like that. But yeah, nah, I mean, it's not happening. Nope, not at all. But yes, I think you should visit it every single day. Or, I mean, well, I mean, pretty much, I think majority of us, you know, who collect, whether it's statues, you know, whether it's figures, you know, we like to admire it and, you know, our collection, what we've got. It looks good to us, you know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely, you know, I think you should do that. But I mean, at your own risk, if you want to bring your family down there, then that's your own decision. I'm not doing that, but I wish y'all luck. I wish you luck.
Yeah, I get that, bro. Absolutely. And Carlos, I know you sold most of your stuff, man, but you know, how did you approach this when you had a big collection? Did you visit every day? Did you let family members view it? How do you approach it?
So, yes, I would let them see it, but I would have to hold it, and they would have to put on gloves if they wanted.
Right.
Gloves. Because even for like my J&D piece, which I have now, I have to tell you, sorry about that. You know, I have some, you know, my nephews, they came over, little fuckers, right? They came over and then they're like, oh, I'm like, don't touch. And their hands started with the foot, just slowly work their way to the foot. And they slowly kind of, you know, creep up and start like want to touch the face and stuff like that. Right. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't let, you know, anyone really touch it. And even what's funny, even my sister-in-law, all she wants to do is touch the skull because it's so real. Right. Even with the Hot Toys. And it's like, you're not a kid. Take your hands off my fucking figures, right? So it's like don't do that.
Yeah.
But that's the first thing they want to do. They want to touch it and hold it and play. I was like, no, they're not meant for this, right? So that's what would happen. But as far as like visiting your collection, I would say either you work there or you need to have some sort of like a living room or like a man cave or something going on so you can actually admire it. Because then if you're not seeing it, you know, on a daily, I feel like you're gonna get the most out of it. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I would kind of see it. And honestly, everything behind an acrylic case, I know Optical has it all open. I'm sure his kids love touching everything in there.
Yeah. I'm with you though, Carlos. Like I do feel like it. Yeah, you probably, and I'm with you too, Leo. You should probably visit it every day, but whether family visit it and friends and kids and that kind of stuff is a different.
All they want to do is touch it, bro.
Yeah, they do, man. Well, I would say, okay, you don't put your hands on the glass for one, and two, like nothing's coming out from behind the glass, so everything's staying where it's at. But the statues I have aren't behind glass right now, so I'm just afraid if someone. I've had people come in and touch them for. I'm like, no, don't do that, don't do that.
Have you had kids come over?
No, not kids. Thankfully.
They're the worst, dude. They're the
Hell
worst.
no.
Yeah, I got to keep them away from the statues
Because they don't.
knock
You
and break
tell
a
them to
piece.
stop, and the thing is, they'll look at you and then attempt to do it. It's like the curiosity
think
is
it's
on level
funny.
10. Yeah, they think it's funny, but don't think it's funny when I bust you in your head, and you have to run and tell your mom. Be like, he hit me, and I'll be like, well, within reason. I hit you within reason because I gave you 4 or 5.
So.
If I have to give you 6 warnings, then come on, man. Like, nah. Like, there's gonna be some trips. I might accidentally trip you or something like that. So, yeah, nah, it ain't happening, bro.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
So you guys don't even let them like touch the glass at all?
Hell no.
Nope.
No?
Hell no. Nope.
Nah.
No.
I hate
Don't
seeing
even come
fingerprints,
close.
bro. I hate it.
Yeah, the fingerprints
even
do suck. You got to
come
Windex that
That
shit.
shit's
Don't
hella
even come
annoying,
close.
dude.
Nah, we ain't doing that. Peace.
Yeah,
Nah.
it's not exactly fun. So, optical, bro, how do you approach this? I know you have some kids involved, family members. Like, do they get to come in the collection room? How's that work?
I'm like Carlos, man. I'm not too particular about handling figures and such. I just it's
Bro, I have those same gloves. I have the exact same gloves.
like I. Oh, whoa!
What is this? This is the most collector thing I've ever seen.
Oh, this is not for my collection.
Oh, okay.
Yo, you see, Thick Bantha Boy. He said that's when the Will Smith switch gets.
Yeah, true. That's when the Will Smith switch gets flipped.
Slap.
It's true, bro.
Yo.
Leia willing to fight a 6-year-old over the
Out of my
collection. Respect.
collection.
Yeah, that's facts, bro. Double dropping somebody for this.
Man, I haven't punched a toddler for a while. So.
Yeah, insult my mother, but don't touch my collectibles. I'll fight a bitch for
Yo,
that.
yo, seriously, like I hear how soft, like, because Carlos, bro, he talks like with like a really smooth tone, but I could just imagine him turning off his camera, like, hold on, guys, and you just hear in the background, get off,
Rick James,
True.
They're Hispanic too, dude. So they see it coming. You know what I mean?
like real quick, you turn the camera off, I'm back.
Yeah, true. I'm gonna slap his ass. That's
there's no child abuse here, so
I know, right?
Sorry.
So
I'm sorry.
optical. So, are you particular about it at all? Like,
I'm in a room, so this room no one gets in because this is kind
Really?
of like my office too. This used to be like a closet that I took out the clothes, and it's all in there. That's why it's open. No one can touch them.
Yeah.
On the outside, in the basement, there's like 3D tops, but that's where I put the 3 zeros. You can play with that if you want to.
Yeah.
But in here, no one gets in because I got like 3 kids. They like Hulk, and they probably would dip it in the water or something.
they would.
If they get your hands on it, it's like, oh my god, it's Hulk. But I mean, but yeah, they're just here and they're out in the open because I am confident no one would get in here unless my 2-year-old just walked in earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, and they're out in the open because I like taking pictures of them, so I just want to grab and be able to go. I don't want to go into taking the magnets out. There's a lock or whatever. I just want to get them, take a picture, and then put it back in. So
when you put it back in, do you really put on gloves though?
Dude, you have to.
See, it's funny. I don't, but I probably should. With statues, I do though. It's funny. Like I do. Yeah.
No, for Iron Man, I do because
you do. Yeah.
It's just like the fingerprints and all that stuff. But.
Yeah,
and I do it with my Jon Snow sword I have back here. I always wear gloves with that because I don't want like my oily fingers getting on the blade and stuff. Like it's.
I learned the glove thing from Lane. When he's
Lane
cat.
Oh, with the cats. Yeah, that's true. Lane does groom his cats with gloves.
Bro, it's serious when you get the smack like followed by the point for touching them.
You knew better.
I told you not to do it. Like I tell you not to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even want to get to that point, bro. I just want to be nice. I want to be civil. If I tell you to stop, if I say no, don't touch, I'm hoping you understand that. I'm saying that for your own safety. So just don't do it.
It's like a museum, bro. You don't touch.
There's a lot of value, right? There's a lot of money you invest in this, and it's if they touch anything, knock it over, like they break a $500 figure. What are you gonna tell the parents? Like, give me $500.
Give me $500.
Right, exactly.
And then Carlos, think about it. Like when we get these figures, like how is it? Like sometimes when we even handle the figure, like some of the accessories break off. Right. Like some of the things are like, so it's just like it's that the hardship for that. It's like, don't. I'm sorry, it's just not something that you can touch. It's not a Barbie doll. If you want to do that, go out to Kmart. Go out to Kmart, Walmart, or something like that. Exactly. Let me do that. But nah, we ain't doing that here.
Yeah,
I agree.
So, Dan, how do you approach this? Do you visit your own collection room daily? Do you let your family and friends go in there? Do you have set boundaries? What do you do?
So I'm lucky enough where like, it's just me and my lady that live together. So like we don't have like a lot of guests over. We don't have kids running around. So like I turn most of my collection into like a display around my TV. And then, behind me is going to be module cases soon. So like I'm not too worried about it. And then when I do have people over, most of the time they're just like, I mostly have adults over. So they're like, oh, that's cool. Like they look from the glass, thankfully. But like, I haven't had anybody get handsy with anything yet. And my nieces and nephews that do come by, like they already know how I am, and I'm just like, don't touch that fucking glass. You ain't gonna have a hand after, and so
ain't gonna have a hand.
Yeah, no, I'm always in my collection room, but yeah, I think you should definitely visit it all the time. For me, it's just like it's always something cool. Like I always like to change the poses up, whatever. But like family and friends, it's like like to everyone's point, you can admire that shit from afar. You know what I mean? I think it's common courtesy. Other collectors will understand when they come to your house, like not to touch it, or like they'll ask you first, and like it's up to you or not whether to trust them.
Right.
But yeah, every average Joe out there, you ain't touching my shit. Sorry, guys.
Nah, bro.
But
I feel like for me, adults are worse because they can actually open the cabinets and pick that shit up.
Yeah.
I feel like adults are worse. You know what I mean?
It depends. My friends know, like they're like, nah, I'm not, that looks expensive. I ain't gonna touch it.
Yeah. I even make my wife put on gloves too. I'm like,
yeah. But yeah, I'm with you guys mostly on this one.
Hey, Will, do me a favor, bro. Never ask this question again, bro.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
No question again, because you don't want to be pro.
The amount of violence. I
get that twitch. Bro.
I know, bro. You get that twitch. Like I got slapped.
Yeah, like just don't. Yeah, bro. Like I don't want to be responsible because I actually know real true story. Like the guy that I collect, where I get my comic books from.
Yeah,
he has a life size Vader at his house. Like he has like one of the whatever. But what happened was he had a visitor at his home, and he told him and the kids not to touch it. And he said that what happened was the Vader didn't fall completely over, but it fell enough in the corner to kind of pin the kid, and the kid got scared. Oh, and he was like, yo, like, exactly, like we're telling you this for your own safety, especially if you bring your kids over. Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
Dude. That's a horror story right there.
Yeah, bro. Don't do that.
Guys, we gotta lighten the mood because after all that, like,
I got dark.
I want to ask you guys, what's the best collectible you've ever received?
Smacking some kids.
I know, right? Leo off camera's back to man. What's the best collectible you've ever received as a gift? Because I think we've all received, something that we've got from a family member that we really cherish, and that enables our collecting in some way. So I want to start with you, Dan, on this one. Is there any sort of collectible you've gotten as a gift that you particularly like?
Oh man, I've gotten a few. Yeah, I've gotten, but the most recent one, I got the Golden Hour Wonder Woman Deluxe as a gift from actually my mom. So like I was pretty surprised about it. So that was really cool. So yeah, dude. Honestly, that figure is incredible. Like I don't even want to touch it, like or pose it or anything. It's just one of those. The gold is very shiny. I want to keep it that way, and like I know how like it's got a couple flaws with the design and whatnot, but it looks incredible. I think the head sculpt's on point. But yeah, it's one of my favorite gifts I've gotten in my collection, and I think it's a absolutely incredible figure. I've also received the Punisher from Daredevil. And what else did I get? I've gotten a few other ones I can't remember right now. But yeah, man, I know those are figures that are never going to leave my collection ever. So I cherish those with with the highest respect. So yeah, just super glad to even get those as gifts. So
it's always nice when family or friends,
it's hard to pick.
Loved ones like get you a collectible. You're like, oh, you get it. You understand what I love. Yeah, that's pretty badass. So yeah, and the Thor said you got a Wonder Woman from your Wonder Woman, cherish it. Yeah,
for sure, man.
Awesome.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Absolutely. So Optical, is there anything you've ever gotten as a gift collectible wise that you really particularly like?
The Christopher Reeve Superman. That's my first Hot Toy.
That's a dope one.
She just kind of like, because she knows I like Superman, so she was just like, all right. And then she asked my friend, and my friend recommended that. So I wasn't collecting Hot Toys at this point, and I was just like, why did you get me a doll? So she gave me that, and I was just like, I like the box because the box of that thing is just beautiful. So that, and then right after that, I think like this is when I was kind of like into Hot Toys. Now it's the SWAT Gordon, which is like really cheap nowadays, but back in the day that was like really hard to find. So I'm pretty sure she overpaid for that, but I didn't want to know how much. She probably bought it on eBay for like 400, but but yeah, those two. I mean, always, and it just cherry on the top that there's no reissue of that Superman. So I guess, and that Gordon, so it made just a little bit sweeter, because if there is, they're probably like, oh man, you know, we gotta sell this, you know. But yeah, those two.
Gotcha, dude. That's Christopher Reeve Superman. That's a good one right there. That's a really good one. That's a really good gift to get for sure. So, Leia, what about you, bro? Is there anything you received as a gift that you particularly love, any sort of figure? Like that?
Definitely the first and foremost was the gift I got from Toya, which was the throne for the Black Panther. You know, again, like I said, when she got me that throne, I was like, yo, that's incredible. So happy that she did that. That was bonus points, of course. Then, you know, she followed it up definitely by, I actually got the golden armor. Actually, here's the thing, bro, she's done so much. So through her, I got the golden armor Thanos, the armored up version of it, the clean version of that. So she got that for me as a gift. She got me the Boy Wonder as a gift as well. The statue, the premium format from Sideshow, because she knows, you know, I have those. And my sister, for my birthday, my last birthday, she got me Gwen Stacy and a Shore Trooper. So, you know, definitely you know, those are definitely some gifts that I cherish, you know, from family members. My mom recently got me the she's the one who got me both of the Tusken Raiders. And I was like, you didn't have to. She's like, but I want to, because, you know, she supports the channel. She watches every show. So she knows what I'm into. So she did that. And it's just, I think it's nice all around when you get gifts from family members who really support what you do. They know what you do. They know that you're into it. And it's, I mean, it's a sentiment, man. Like it's always something good. So I really love that. I love that they, you know, kind of take the time to really invest in something that we love. And then in turn, we do it, we give it back. You know what I mean? So, I'm giving it back with this trip, taking her to California.
There you
go.
go.
You know what I mean? Definitely, I'm giving it back, man. So, yeah, excited about it, man. Definitely.
Yeah, dude, those are awesome ones. And Carlos, what about you, bro? Was there any gift you received? Anything that you particularly liked?
Yeah, so Becca's really supportive. She's the only one that's actually giving me like, well, everyone's giving me a gift, but it's more like a gift card, right. But Becca's also really supportive. I mean, yeah, but she's really supportive. I mean, we and I'm sure all you guys' girlfriends and wives are supportive. I mean,
Would you be supportive if I come there and get some food from your crib, bro?
not that supportive, no.
Come on back and get it together. I tried, Leo. I tried to get breakfast out of Carlos. Right? He wouldn't do it for me.
Nah, so. No. But I'm sure, you know, we talk to our ladies all day long about our collectibles, what we want to do, and, you know, so they support us in that way. So I really appreciate that. But Becca gave me some great gifts. I got to name them all three. So the first one was she gave me an Endgame poster, a really big one, signed by a few actors. So that was really awesome.
That's nice.
She gave me Return of the Jedi Boba Fett Deluxe, which I said I was never going to sell, but I sold because I think next year we're going to get a new one. So and then she gave me, and Will knows about this, the poster by Star-Lord or Chris Pratt signed. So all that good stuff she's giving me.
Now you're not gonna never get those signed posters away, are you, bro?
Yeah, no.
Okay, those they will. Cool. eBay. The hot toy, I feel like eBay. Yeah, but no, I feel like the hot toy. You know, I think they're gonna make it again for next year, so I'll just probably pick that one up from whatever I, you know, get the money from there.
I feel you.
Gotcha.
Because they're definitely gonna make, I think, for the anniversary next year, I think they'll make another Boba Fett.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah,
they might.
I'm sure. Yeah, they're always going to make a Boba Fett anytime they have an opportunity to make a Boba Fett. It's going to happen. But guys, I want to go ahead and wrap there because I know everyone's got other stuff to do tonight, other shows to hit. So I want to go around real quick. Carlos, is there anything like you want to promote, you know, real quick? You know, I know you're going to be on Anthony's stream at 10.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be in Anthony's stream, and I'm going to talk with Queen Studios, and all my questions are going to be about why is your Gandalf fucking overpriced? You know?
Right. You should ask him, bro. I'm gonna watch that one.
No, but I'm gonna ask, like, you know, the Superman, what type are they making? What type of Wonder Woman? Other stuff, because that's the stuff I gotta know. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that in like 25 minutes or so, and so anyone wants to jump over that, they can do that.
Cool. Well, thanks for joining, man. I appreciate you as always. So,
thank you for having me.
Yeah, always, bro. And Optical, what's coming up on your channel, man?
Well, just talking to Carlos and, planning on canceling a few things here and there.
He's the best person to ask. So.
Yeah, I'm just asking him for like tips and tricks to how to get NRD forcefully. But no, not much. I recently got the Bro Thor. That's pretty awesome. Nice. A lot better than I thought it would be. And then Godfather. So those two.
I still gotta get the Godfather.
Yeah, that's it. And I have another channel, which is The Bulls, which I got nothing to talk about because we got eliminated. So yeah,
dudes.
So
I know, man. You guys had a good run, though. You had a good.
It was a good run. It was a good first round exit, but yeah,
the best first round exit you could possibly have.
Yes.
So, but yeah,
they did a Cam Newton type deal, right?
Nah, bro. Optical, thanks for joining them, man, as always. And Lael, dude, what's coming up on your channel, man?
Nothing. Well, I still got like a lot of videos that actually I'm gonna try to get up within the next 2 days before I leave out on Tuesday morning. But nothing tomorrow night. I'm not doing the comic book talk with friends, so that's not going to be on. Of course, we're not going to do Say What this week, as I'll be in California. But I will have a live stream, a members only live stream, just to kind of show off the figures, everything that's going on at the celebration there, see what figures are being released, what else is going on around then. And then I'm actually doing another live stream that day, but that's pretty much it. As far as live streams, that particular day, that week anyway. So yeah, that's it. Just enjoying celebration. You might see a couple of pictures from there. You might see me taking a picture, like a selfie with Carlos or some food on that table, bro. So definitely stay tuned for that. But yeah, no, I mean, other than that, man, yeah, I'm excited about this week, and that's it. I do have to jump out here myself, definitely, because I'm supposed to be on another stream right now. But man, thanks for having me as well. Hopefully when I get back and we do Say What the following Wednesday, we'll have WillFoxification there. Hopefully.
Yeah, bro, I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, so we will do that. Hoping to get Carlos on there too, man. He's just been ducking me, man. So I need to get him on that show.
You gotta send me an invite.
I'll send you an invite and definitely get you on there, bro, because everybody wants to know who Carlos is. Always talking about Will's feet. So why?
Yeah, true. He does love my feet.
So we'll definitely get you on.
I keep paying a lot for it. He's
paying to see it, but he's just not getting it.
So yeah, no, definitely, man. Shout out. Thanks for having me and everybody on the panel, man. I'll have to go with the meat, Dan and everything, man. So definitely
with the meat and the gloves.
With the meat and the gloves, man. Beat me tonight. But anyway, man, thanks everybody for coming through. I mean, and having me, man. I'm
bro.
So hyped. I'm happy to be here, man. And I'll talk to y'all later on.
Cool. Thanks so much for joining, Leo.
All right, peace,
have a good one, man.
Peace.
Later.
All right. Cheating ass Dan, bro. What's coming up on 6 Scale Reviews? Thanks for joining, by the way, man. So happy to see you again. I haven't seen you in a while.
Besides the cheating, yeah, right on. Thanks for having me, man. It's always a fun time on here. Always great conversations. But yeah, besides the cheating, man, I did drop a video on the Golden Armor Wonder Woman. There was a review on Anakin, Clone Wars. Dre's going to be doing a review on Jango Fett because he has them as well. We did a live unboxing on that. When was that? On Friday. If you guys want to check that out, we did a live unboxing, give our initial thoughts and reactions, whatnot. That was cool. And yeah, I'm gonna be uploading a showcase for Jango as well. Maybe Tuesday or something like that. So yeah, so stay tuned, subscribe. Almost at 2K, and gonna be doing a Hot Toys giveaway for that as well. Haven't decided what figure, but yeah, that's coming up. So yeah.
Nice. Dude, that all sounds like great stuff.
Right on.
So yeah, man, all very exciting. And check out all these guys' channels and what they have coming up tonight and in the future. All I can say is, guys, thanks so much for joining tonight. We'll have Lights Camera Collect. It'll be back every Friday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. I've been just out of town and busy doing things the last 2 Fridays. I'll be back on Lael's show every Wednesday coming up. This show is Collectors Mingle every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So those will all be things coming to you in the near future. Other than that, who knows what I'll be inspired to do video-wise. I guess we'll see. Maybe if Game Toys drops another figure, I'll do a preview, and then we'll kind of see what goes from there. But all I can say is thanks so much to this amazing panel. As always, you guys are amazing. Thanks so much to everyone in the chat for joining. And have a good rest of the weekend. And hopefully you have a great work week and all that coming up too. So anyway, peace. Bye.